Chase Jones.
Well, while the weather is quiet, I'm going to take the opportunity to thank all of you for stopping and let me talk your ear off. Truly, so many of you watch, and I love being your weatherman. Now, we're about a week out from the 4th of July, but even bigger news, we're about 7 days away from Griff's birthday, and the weather's going to be absolutely beautiful. Now, I'm watching this cloud cover make its way in because some pop-up showers might make its way in, like that surprise birthday, Griff. I don't know. Now, temperatures dropping all the way back down into those lower 70s, then a good 20-degree run right back up into those 90s. Now, it's cooling off significantly from the past couple years, but we're falling right back in that average. But today, a prime example of that San Angelo bubble you guys often talk about. Seeing a lot of the convection just go around the Concho Valley. 94 in San Angelo, everybody else in a combination of the mid to lower 90s across this beautiful West Texas Wednesday. 96 in Robert Lee, 91 down there in Junction. Still looking like 6 degrees across the entire region, but nobody cares because it is absolutely beautiful. Now, this weekend, drag boat races are going to be going strong, so I have my eye on those southerly winds and those pop-up rain showers. Now, dew points are still going strong in those 60s and those 50s, while humidity indices have been in those 30s and those 20s for about 3 weeks now, and I've just been saying the same thing because that upper level pattern has been going strong. Still keeping our eye on the circulation of blue across the eastern side of the United States. Now, I've been talking with Stephen because his weekend is over and I need his help on this one. We've been watching this area of moisture somewhere between West Texas, New Mexico, all the way up into Wisconsin, not move for 3 days. Now, usually it pushes in from the west and makes its way down the panhandle, or it might move all at one time across the entire nation, but it is not moving at all. That stationary boundary going from the southwest up to the northeast. And by next week, we're going to watch some of this ridging still keep things relatively calm as we wrap up June already. Now, the water vapor imagery showing you, so the circulation pushing in from the east, pushing across the Virginias all the way into Tennessee. We're still seeing some strong convection across the eastern part of Texas, but take a good look at the stove piping, just pulling it all along the entire Great Plains up into Minnesota and off the west coast. A ginormous pocket of dry air. Now, severe weather outlook around the Concho Valley. That bubble going so strong it's showing up on the severe weather outlook. And down at the surface, you can see it pushing quite along the Edwards Plateau, but a whole lot of severe weather just popping off along this line for the 3rd day in a row. Seeing some pretty severe weather, some heavy flooding across the entire region, but down here in the Concho Valley, we're about on average. Now, I have my eye out for some afternoon thunderstorm activity, so the radars are cranked on. Futurecast is going to show you how that moisture that we've been dealing with will continue to push in, but around evening cooling, it should set some off towards the north. Now, the sun is going to completely obliterate that cloud cover by around noon tomorrow, so we are putting on generous amounts of sunscreen before we're on the lookout for a little bit more rain shower activity to the north. Now, this is going to stick around well into the weekend, so as we get closer to the drag boating days, I'm going to have my eye on some of those conditions for the lake as well as those southerly winds. So tonight we're going to cool all the way back down into those mid-70s. The same cloud cover, the same winds, the same humidity. It's the same thing. Then tomorrow it's going to be a perfect morning to play golf, have lunch outside, then kick back and relax because it's going to be that way all the way until the end of June and closing in on Griff's birthday. Now, those mid-90s still locking in with that high pressure, while those overnight lows just hang out in those lower 70s. Stay tuned. More of the break. You're watching KSAN News at 5.